Alright, what's up mga ka-tsimek? It's your boy, ka-tsimek Zello, for our first episode no, in our chemistry lecture series. So for today, we are going to talk about matter. No? We'll be having a long discussion with regards to matter. In this particular topic, no, we are to talk about the following objectives. No? First is to redefine matter. What do I mean by redefining matter? Aside from the fact that we are going to have a little review of what you have learned, kasi basically it has been taught to us maybe in our grade 6 or junior high school years, no, what matter is, no, what are the states of matter, etc., etc. I want to redefine it in a whole new way, no, on how we want to look at matter, no, how we appreciate matter in terms of science and in terms of what we experience in our everyday life. And then eventually, we'll identify the states of matter. So you've learned the 3 states of matter probably, no? Or if you are an advanced learner, you already learned the 4th or even the 5th one, or the rest of the states of matter. So we'll try to tackle that one, no, on this first video. And on the latter videos, no, nilagay ko na dito para isahan and makita natin yung continuity of the discussion. We'll try to describe the particular nature of the different forms of matter, no? How does matter behave and why do they behave as such? And then we identify different phases, no? From states, iba po ang phases, and then the properties of matter, and then the changes in matter, no? So ayan, we are to discuss the following objectives. So we'll try to attack first the first 3 bullets in this particular video. So without further ado, let's go. Alright, so first things first, no, the very question when discussing a simple topic, what is matter? No, and automatically, charan, our mind would already tell us the answer, right? Because it has been reiterated to us all over and over again. No, and press the like button. Nagpapalike na si ka-tsimek Jello. If you agree that your mind automatically tells you that, yeah, matter is anything that occupies space and has a mass. Diba? Memorize natin yan, basic. No, but I want to redefine it. Though it's actually correct. No, when we use a certain definition, we want that particular definition to become the most simple one. No, we make it as simple as possible because the definition means the simplest meaning of a particular term, and matter as being defined as anything that occupies space and has a mass is not yet the simplest definition of matter. Why is that? Because it can rewritten, no, or redefined by simply saying anything that has mass and volume. What do I mean by that? No, the word or the phrase we keep on using, kasi yun yung naituro sa atin, anything that occupies space, no, and the space occupied of an object, no, or of a certain stuff is basically just volume. No, it's a definition for volume. So why not make it as simple as this? Matter is anything that has mass and volume. So that when I identify if it's a matter or not a matter, I simply look or I simply ask myself, does it have mass? Does it have volume? Now, I want you to remember this definition because this is a more simpler definition and this is more acceptable, no, of course, because technical terms are used in defining our topic, no, which is a matter. Hopefully, yan na yung mabago, no? That's why I want to redefine what matter is. No? But if you're using this already, then that's great. No, it includes both living and non-living thing that can be seen and cannot be seen. No? Those that are invisible, no, invisible to us. So it includes ang living things natin. We learned it in biology, no, those that are moving, that reproduce, no, that respire, that respond to stimuli, like our mammals, no, our trees, no, trees are living things. Even our bacteria, no, they are living things. So these are matter. Even the non-living things, both we can see and we cannot see, like the inanimate objects, no, your phones, your tables, no, these are matters. The air, no, that we cannot see, no, these are non-living things. No, hayan na, hindi mo pa nakikita, Wazzup. So that's those are all matters. However, no, there are things, no, that are not matters, no, hindi sila matter, because lagi nating kapag 'di ba ang teacher nagpa-define what is matter, no, what are the examples of matter, madaming ibibigay, then eventually may isang estudyante magtataas ng kamay, sir, everything around us. And that is a big no, that's an ekis, no? That's a wrong conception or a misconception that everything around us is matter. Why is that? It's because almost everything around us is matter. However, no, there are several stuff that are not matter, no, like light, no, heat, electricity. Sir, bakit naman po hindi sila matter? We always go back to the definition. No, what's the definition of matter? Anything that has mass and volume. So matter, kapag may mass, ang heat ba, does it has a mass? No. Does it have a volume? No, none. No, 'di ba? Light, may volume ba? Wala. Ba, does it occupy space? No. So as of the moment, because I always say as of the moment because science is evolving, science is changing. Yung totoo ngayon pwedeng kasinungalingan na bukas, no, or pwedeng ma-debunk bukas, like the Ptolemy and Copernicus case, no. But as of the moment, these examples are not considered matter because again, it has either no mass and volume or wala sa isa sa kanilang dalawa. So, kailangan ng criteria para maging matter, may mass and volume. Alright? So, yan. We've learned the three different states of matter, solid, liquid, and gas. So, pinagitna ko si gas para maiba naman. Solid, gas, and liquid para hindi na maumay, solid, liquid, gas. And we learned the basic definitions and comparisons of these three. No, solid could be amorphous, crystalline, it has definite shape and volume, 'di ba? Paulit-ulit na ito, no? And just for refreshment, it has low compressibility and high density. What do we mean by that? Definite shape, a table will be a table, no? And the volume it occupies will be the same unless you remove a part of it, no, or you change it. And then if the shape will be changed if you reshape it. Low compressibility meaning, halimbawa, I cannot show you my table or my camera. Ang phone, kahit anong pilit mo, no, you apply force, no, not too much force, no, just enough amount of force, you cannot compress it. So, sir, dapat po ba no compressibility? Low compressibility siya instead of no or not compressible because microscopically, when I push my finger here, no, the atoms, nor the little stuff inside, since we are not yet discussing atoms, no, the atoms or the little stuff inside this phone, no, against my fingers are actually moving, no, are being compressed by my finger. So invisible siya sa naked eye, pero in the microscopic world it's actually being compressed. However, very low, no, compressibility. And high density, yan, meaning the mass over volume, no, the mass is greater than its volume. Dusok. No, that's why it has high density. Alright, si liquid naman, no, wala siyang fixed position. So it flows. It goes with the flow. No, though it's the one flowing. Ironic, maling phrase, no. It flows. And then wala siyang definite shape. We learned that it takes the shape of its container, no. However, the volume is definite. So meaning kahit ilipat mo ang isang basong tubig sa ibang shape na tubig, no, the amount or the volume of that particular liquid will still be the same. And then it flows freely but it has low compressibility. So same with solid, no, we cannot compress liquid. So try nyo kung gusto nyo sa bahay, alam, pumunta ka mamaya sa CR, sa tabo, 'di ba? I-compress mo yung tubig, 'di ba? Idusokon mo si tubig kung kaya mo, 'di ba? Kung garo ba ko kadzambo Yan. Kidding aside, again, though you cannot compress it, microscopically, the molecules of the liquid is actually being compressed but very low. Kaya nga, almost invisible siya to our eyes. So, low compressibility. And then, it has lower density than solid because of the mass over volume computation. No? And then, the spaces in between them. Alright? So, that's your liquid. And finally, no, our gas. Maria, solidad, liquid, gas. The molecules of gas are farther apart. They are far from each other. And then, it is more compressible and less dense. No, unlike solid and liquid na low compressibility, si gas is very compressible. Imagine, 'di ba, your tank, yung tangke sa bahay, yung gasol, yung Solane, whatever the brand of your tangke is. Kapag walang laman, medyo magaan, 'di ba? And you place gas na seemingly walang weight, 'di ba? Itong gas dito sa paligid ang gaan. Pero biglang bumibigat. It's because gas can be compressed. 'Di ba? Don't try this at home, pero halimbawa itapon mo yung tangke mo sa apoy, yung mga pelikula, 'di ba, binabaril, sumasabog. Or kahit yung mga small canisters lang, yung mga sprays, 'di ba? Kapag kaya do not throw sa fire, pero nung bata pa tayo, tinatapon natin na sumasabog. Because gas are very compressible, and when you compress them, 'di ba, it's against their natural state. So ang nangyayari doon is they keep on moving and bumping into each other, waiting to, ito sa last part, no, since they don't have definite shape and definite volume, no, they constantly move, trying to escape, no, trying to kumawala sa mundong mapag-api, 'di ba? Yan. So they always try to escape. So they keep on moving and moving, and the water stay rage and charot. So yan, more compressible, as I've said, no, with a lot of examples, and then less dense. So they float because they have more volume over their mass. Diba? If you use the computation, mass over volume for density, mas malaki yung denominator. So, das mababa yung numerator. So, mababa yung density, yung kalalabasan. So, that is your gas. The difference. So, in summary, in shape, when we compare solid, liquid, gas, definite si solid, not definite si liquid because it occupies the container. Si gas naman not definite. Volume, definite, not definite kay gas. Sometimes, other books or other resources would use fixed and variable, no? So ang definite is fixed daw yung shape, fixed yung volume. So wag mo confuse kapag ibang word na ang ginamit, no? Though these are synonymous with each other. Compressibility, gas is high while the two others are low. Then density, high, low, very low. And then ease of flowing, no? Solid does not flow, liquid flow, and then gas does not flow as well. So yan, no? And maybe you'll be asked, sir, are they moving? No, wala kasi dito. Yes, they are moving. Gas are very moving, so are moving fast, no? They're the fastest in terms of comparison dito sa tatlo. Liquid, no, they are flowing, so they are fastly moving. Solid naman, seemingly the solid are not moving, no. Halimbawa itong phone, di naman siya gumagalaw pag nilagay mo lang sa table. But again, in a microscopic world, no, these are vibrating continuously. So all matters are moving, no. Tandaan, kahit yung table, gumagalaw yan, nagva-vibrate yan. Pero in a microscopic level. So unnoticeable, no, invisible to our eyes. So that's your solid, liquid, gas. But again, no, we would not end, no, by reviewing our junior high school years because we have learned that already. No, we will try to dig deeper than the superficial. No, why are they acting like that? No, why are they behaving like that? No, it is because, no, microscopically, I keep on saying that word, no, there's something happening inside them, no, or in these atoms, no, that builds them, no, the solid, liquid, gas, and we call it the particulate nature, no, or the nature of the particles, no, that composes the particular matter. So Yan, I want you to remember these 4 basic principles of the particulate model of matter. So take note of that, the basic principles of the particulate model of matter, because we will be using this as we try to understand atoms, chemicals, chemical compounds, and other stuff in chemistry. So first is, all matter is made up of tiny particles, we call atom. So tandaan lang natin, lahat ng malaking object, even though lahat ng nakikita natin na object are even made up of smaller particles. And these particles are not clumped together. Halimbawa, if you're a kid, if you're not a ka-tsimek, ang tingin mo sa cellphone is cellphone. But I want you to think with the basic principles of the particulate matter, that close your eyes, inside these phones are tiny particles, with spaces in between them. Diba? Parang yung pelikula lang, the space in between. So may mga espasyo. Imagine it like, hindi ko mapa-imagine. Basta ito, yung isang particle, meron pang isa dito. So there are spaces. Even solids have spaces in them. Iba-iba lang yung distance ng solid, liquid, gas. And the third is, as I mentioned a while ago, they are in constant motion. The kinetic molecular theory of matter. They continuously moves. Again, gas are moving very fast. They are very excited. They want to move around freely. While liquid, chill lang, tama lang, drive, young, wild, and free. Solid, steady. However, it vibrates. So everything moves. It moves, it vibrates, different movement, but it moves. It's they are in constant motion. So gabi na sa America, nag-close light na. And then there are forces that act between the particles. The fourth principle will be discussed later on. So yan, these are the 4 particles of matter that I want you to bear in mind, because this will guide us as we discuss further chemistry, as we understand both the microscopic and the macroscopic world. And yan, aside from the 3 states of matter, I want to introduce the 4th states of matter. The 4th state of matter, the plasma. Are you familiar with the plasma? Diba kapag yung kamay mo pinagpapawisan, yung plasma, charot. Or pag naligo ka daw, tapos pagod na pagod ka, mapaplasma. Anyways, baduyin ang joke mo, Sir Zello. So, maybe you've heard of it, but for those who haven't, plasma is sometimes labeled as a subset of gas. But no, it's the 4th state of matter. Plasma is the 4th state of matter. Paano ba ay nabibuild si plasma? Or paano siya nakukuha? I mean, paano siya na-identify or na-discover? When we try to heat a solid, say for instance, the most common example is ice. Diba, sobrang init na kailangan na. Si ice, pag you add temperature, so yun lagi, we add energy, it becomes liquid. Heat energy, it becomes liquid. You add more energy to that liquid, it evaporates. It vaporizes, it becomes gas. So, pag gusto mo yung mabalik sa dati, remove the heat energy from the gas, it becomes a liquid. Remove the energy, kasi hindi naman natin talaga pinapalamig ang tubig, diba? We remove the energy. There's no such thing as hotness and coldness. The temperature is not defined as the hotness or coldness of an object. It's simply the average kinetic energy, or the thermal energy inside it. So we remove the thermal, it becomes ice again. So that's how wonderful the universe is. And going back, si gas, kapag ininit mo pa siya to 1,000 of degrees Celsius, it becomes very excited. So imagine a Florence flask, if you're not familiar, or any kind of gas na lang, which is completely covered. We place a condition that it is unbreakable. So we place an ice cube there, we hit it, it becomes liquid. We hit it, it becomes gas. We hit the gas up to 1,000 of degrees Celsius to 2,000, it becomes very excited. So yung atoms doon, alam natin na gumagalaw, vibrate lang siya ki solid, as ki liquid, flow, ki gas naman, Tapos plasma, ganyan na siya, 'di ba? So with action pa 'yan, no? Hit the like button. Sarot. So ganon kay plasma. Very excited siya. To the point that you've seen your Star Wars movies for sure, no? Or you've played your Halo with your plasma gun. No, that when you touch it or if it hits something, you disintegrate automatically. Kasi razor sharp siya, no? Or even sharper than your razor. You get hopefully you're getting the example that I'm placing in your imagination with my action. So yan, parang ang pinakamagandang example nito, close to it, is a flame. 'Di ba? A flame, when you touch a flame, but again, don't do it, akala mo nasusunog ka. No, it's a misconception once again. No? I want you to change your view of the world through the lenses of science, the lens of science. The fire is actually moving so fast that it's tearing, no, those biotissues ang tawag natin. It's actually the atoms of your skin, no? Natitear, or napupunit. Baka mali ang pronunciation ko. Napupunit siya, no? So that's how wonderful and dangerous plasma is. And surprisingly, we've been enclosed to this little earth of us, no, that we've thought that the liquid is the most abundant of all the phases of matter, no. In earth, no, it's true, 70%, 75 is water, ang solid konti lang, and then gas, no, hindi kasing dami ng water because it's scattered everywhere. But in reality, no, in our universe, no, I do believe there are multiverses, no, if we will discuss that later, no, the multiverses. No, in our universe, the most abundant state of matter is plasma. In fact, that's 99.9% of the universe. No, si fourth state of matter, that's 99.9%. This is not an advertisement, no, that it kills the bacteria. This is science. Why is that? The plasma are your stars, your aurora borealis. No, our sun is a star, no, and everything, no, that exceeds the gas, no, because of high temperature, no, it becomes a plasma. So combine all the stars and compare it to all the planets, asteroids, solids, and all the liquids in the universe. No, pag sama-samahin mo kahit yung mga gas, no, it's just 0.1 of the universe. No, 99.9% of the universe, no, is the plasma. So this is the most abundant state of matter. Alright, so hopefully you get an idea of what a plasma is. And finally, no, the last, it's the most common state of matter in the universe. So the last is the condensate, or the Bose-Einstein condensate. No, it was discovered, if I'm not mistaken, by an Indian physicist, si Nate Bose, or Satyendra Nate Bose. I'm not sure if I pronounce his name correctly or if I remember it correctly. Basta si Bose, no, nagsubmit siya ng paper kay Einstein kasi medyo sikat si Einstein, 'di ba? Halimbawa ako, gusto kong gumawa ng libro, medyo young pa ako, I don't have the accomplishment in science yet. I'll submit it to be a co-author, no, sa isang sikat na physicist, no, para siya sisikat, at least yung idea ko na share ko sa world, tapos nagkapangalan na rin ako. So sinubmit niya kay Einstein, that becomes a Bose-Einstein condensate. So what is this fifth state of matter? No, as we advanced in science, no, we've tried to experiment a lot of things, 'di ba? Si gas, ininit natin siya, sobrang init na kailangan ko ng ice. Sarap ulit. Sobrang init that it becomes the fourth state of matter. So somebody thought of, what if we cool an element, I don't know if it's rubidium, basta they tried in a lab, no, one element, they tried to cool it to the absolute zero, though we cannot attain it yet, no? The absolute zero temperature, meaning that's the coldest possible temperatures, but they've achieved very close to it. Nung una, we realized already through Niels Bohr that electrons go to different energy levels, no? Pero pag nilamig sila, diba, they go to a certain energy level only. Parang nagko-compress, diba? If you notice your wires in your roads, kapag malamig, naka-stretch yan. Kapag mainit, nakalaylay. I don't know if you've noticed it. Similar to us, no? Kapag nilalamig tayong tao, ganap tayo ng kayakap mo. Kung single ka, kumot, 'di ba? Sad life. Ang matter naman kapag ininitan mo, no, they will move around just like us. Kapag summer, gusto natin gumala, ayaw nating tabi-tabi kasi nga ang init. Alis ka dito, akin tong place na to. So, similar with this matter, no, since we are made up of matters, 'di ba? How wonderful the universe is. The tiny particles, the biggest particles, as humans behave very similarly. So they try to compress, no, defying the energy levels, no, and they compress to become a so-called super atom, no, and until, no, ang assumption nila, if they reach the absolute zero, no, they will stop. I mean the atoms, no, will stop, and when that atom stop, no, time will stop. Diba? Does it sound interesting now? No, they clump together, wala nang movement, wala nang energy, meaning time will stop for them. But since hindi yun na-achieve absolute zero, very close lang, no? Nag-slow motion, no? The time slowed down for them. No? And then, kahit iba-iba yung electrons, iba-iba yung energy, iba-ibang atom, no, at our point of view, when they are placed in the same billion of absolute zero temperature, they become a single atom, no, a super atom we call it, no. And very interesting kasi it leads to a lot of discovery. Baka ito yung simula nung Big Bang, malamig na malamig dati ang universe, kaya single atom lang, 'di ba, yung nag-explode, and it created, no, a lot of ideas about time traveling, the magnificence of science, no, universe and physics. Just to give you an interesting view, para hindi lang for college entrance exam tong pinag-aaralan natin, hindi lang to prepare you for college, but to give something, no, to think of. Ito, halimbawa, a simple question lang, naniniwala ba kayo sa alien? Some of you will answer yes. Some of you will answer no. Second question, no, it doesn't really matter if you believe or not. If there's an alien, but they will not try to reach us or to go to our planet, are we able, no, to see them? No? Are we going to see them? Given a condition na meron tayong super magnified telescope, and then walang hindrances sa planets natin. So, meaning clear ang way. So, makikita ba natin yan? Paisipin ko muna kayo. And the answer would be, no, if you are the alien, ako si human, or baliktad na lang kasi baka isipin bullying. Ako si alien, ikaw si human. Pag tiningnan kita, shing, makikita ba kita? Pag tiningnan mo ako, makikita mo ba ako? Medyo mahirap isipin, no? And your mind will tell you automatically, yes. Diba? But, let me place it into a smaller, no, scenario. Halimbawa, face-to-face class ito. Nandito si Sir Jello in front of the classroom. Nandyan ka sa first row, yung iba second row, third row. Question, paano nyo nakikita si Sir Jello na nasa unahan? Siyempre, brilliant kayo, sasagutin nyo, Sir, mata po, tapos yung sun, no, yung light from the sun. And that's absolutely right. So, the sun will travel, no, and it will hit my face and it will bounce back to you. Now the question here, no, we've all learned in our Earths and Science that the light doesn't automatically travel in a snap of your finger. No, it takes time. Though it's very fast, no, roughly 8 minutes yung tina-travel ni sun papunta sa Earth. So sabihin natin, sakto 8 minutes tinamaan si mukha ko, magbabanda sa'yo. So, mas mauna yung nasa unahan. Hopefully, you can still bear with me. Baka mind blown kayo dito. 8 point something, 8 point something, 8 point something. So, you have different time. No? But my real question is, am I the present Sir Zello in that classroom? Or am I 8 minutes from the past? Since the light that hits me was thrown by the sun 8 minutes ago. Pause for a moment and think. Now, if we go back to that alien and me scenario, I'm the alien, if I look at your planet, diba, tinignan kita, sa tingin mo, again, super magnified telescope, and then, walang obstacle within our planets, but we are very far from each other. Pag ganyan ko, I will not automatically see you because the light that struck your face will still travel, no, to reach me. What light would reach me? So probably depende sa distance. Maybe I could see dinosaurs still walking on the earth, no, and I'll say, wala naman pala ditong mga tao, mga monsters lang pala dito, mga mga mahabang leeg, mga kinakain yung kapwa nila dinosaur. Yan. But you will see, no, that's our past. But for me, that is my present. Diba? You're getting my point? No, they realized a lot of things because of the Bose-Einstein condensate. No, the power of light. Because here, no, when you cool the atom to almost absolute zero, and when you try to pass, no, a light there, no, from a flashlight or from the sun, the light, no, even slow downs, no. Akala nila parang walang makakapigil sa oras. I mean sa light, because it's absolute, diba? But it slows down, no. It creates the wave particle theory of light, etc., etc. These are all connected, no. And I do believe that chemistry is the foundation of them all, no? The physics, the biology, the philosophy, and other stuff, no. And there's a lot to talk about this, no. And I'm very excited to share everything to you. Diba? It shatters our concept of reality that simply just by thinking how magnificent light is, no? It's a flash drive of information. Kung gusto mong makita yung pagka-baby mo, diba, pumupunta yung light mo, tatama nung bata ka pa sa'yo, magba-bounce back lang yan. It will not disappear. It will travel to the world, no. Collect them and you can see your past, no. And if somebody is watching out there, no, seeing our lights, no, they will see our history, no. And if we want to learn our history, we just have to simply collect light. And that leads us to one amazing concept again of black holes. Si black holes, hinihigop niya din yung ilaw, no? And it creates concepts of multiverse or what lies beyond those black holes, no? And the fifth states of matter, di ba? Naumay tayo na solid, liquid, gas. Alam ba, itong alcohol na to, solid yung lagayan, liquid yung alcohol. Kapag binuksan mo, maamoy mo and it becomes gas. Now, we keep on bullying chemistry, no? We keep on pagmamaliit, no? Minamaliit natin ang chemistry. Whereas it's very wonderful, no? The plasma, how beautiful the stars are, no? How we are appreciating the heat every day because of the sun created by the fourth state of matter, and the interesting discussions that we can, no, and we want to know, no, before I die, no, I want to learn a lot of things about Bose-Einstein condensate, and there are a lot of surprising other states of matter. But as of now, para hindi kayo malito, 5 pa lang po ang approved states of matter: solid, liquid, gas, plasma, and Bose-Einstein condensate. But because of the discovery of the fourth and the fifth one, they tried not to experiment with energy. Yung, 'di ba, yung solid, dagdagan mo ng init, no, yung energy, it becomes liquid, and so on and so forth. So they tried to balance the pressure and temperature to have something in between gas and liquid, no, and that's your supercritical fluid and the rest, no, and we will not discuss that kasi baka information overload na. The point is, all the things around us are very amazing, no, if we will just have the eyes to appreciate it, no, and the heart to learn it. And hopefully, as we proceed with the different discussions in chemistry, now we get to understand and appreciate other stuff in chemistry. And finally, not to end our day, maybe you're down right now because somebody dumped you, or you broke up, or you just feel that you're alone. No, don't worry, no, because you matter. Sarang he, sarot. Everything does. Well, mostly, no, not everything is around us is matter, but mostly. And I'm sure that you are part of it because why? No, you have a mass and a volume. This has been ka-tsimek Jello. Laging tatandaan, you matter. Peace out.